You know what? I'll be absolutely honest with you. I don't really get the whole hate that Varesa's been getting. Like, a lot of people have been doing this for a while now, and mainly within the Genshin space, to just hate the next character that comes out because, oh, it's maybe like a white looking character, or essentially it's a female with, like, I guess, the best assets in the world, I suppose. Or a character that feels a bit too straight, or something of the sort like that. This is a common thing that's been happening for a long ass time now, but it's just been getting easily more noticeable and easily more stupid every time it happens, right? Because now people want to try to be like, oh yeah, Varesa, she's too much fan servicey. She doesn't necessarily look good of a character. Why isn't she darker enough? And all this mumbo jumbo garbage, honestly. It's just been a really annoying time. To be honest, this whole hate attitude literally towards anything that's new or any character that's new has kind of been a thing always forever, really. But even more so been worse towards the whole Natlan saga, calling it Flopland, which I don't see how this place has been a flop so far. Literally gave us a bunch of lore shit and hell, a lot of other cool ass details that's leading into the future. I don't necessarily understand. It's just as crazy as people that like to complain about the whole web event about the Moon Sisters. Not necessarily gonna lie, which granted, I guess I can see why, but because I have Kingdom Hearts brain, I'm used to flip-flopping everywhere to get lore information, so, you know, maybe it's just a whole me thing, honestly. I'm just built different when it comes down to it. But really, again, ever since Natlan started, it's always been, oh, the character's just a bit too white, or, you know, they're missing some type of cultural thing, or whatever, or yeah, this character's a little too, like, short with the skirt and all that type of stuff, when literally everybody's skirt size has been pretty much the same way, right? It's not really been anything that's a bit different. The only thing that's a bit different when it comes down to Varesa is the fact that she might be a little bit more thicker than the rest of the girls, which, yeah, that will be fitting. Also, she's pretty much a damn cow chick, and if you know anything about anime, you know anything about cowgirls, you know they have to be fine. They have to be easily one of the finer women that you can absolutely have. It doesn't necessarily matter. You already know, once a cow chick pops up, it's over. It's wraps. It doesn't necessarily matter. Expect tons of fan art and tons of way crazy stuff to happen when it comes down to her because she's a cowgirl and we all want to get behind that. You pretty much have to expect at that point because that's just how things are with these type of characters or any Monster Girl type of character. You think people calmed down when they saw Ganyu for the first time and how they were saying, oh, the damn monster choked on Ganyu's hips. Without the rest of the context of what happened there, that was it. That was raps. People were just like, yep, it's over with. Let's just go ahead and make a ton of Ganyu content in this rap city. Just because of that one damn statement. Plus the whole Coco Goat thing. Again, rap city. Plus, let's just be absolutely real here. If Varesa and Ganyu was right by the side of you, you're not thinking anything crazy or lewd or anything like that. You're just having straight pure thoughts. I'm not necessarily gonna lie. You might be a little bit of Kabuto from Naruto. And
gay? No. As a matter of fact, I'm probably one of the most straightest people you'll ever meet.
But my point is, though, I don't see how anybody can sit here and just hate a character like this. And once the character comes out, you know damn well people are gonna pull for this character. And then literally everybody that says anything negative about that character, fan service and all, they're gonna just basically be like, oh, Varesa, we love you, Varesa. When at the end of the day, bitch, weren't you the one that was just hating on the chick? I never did. I know for sure you did. And that's the crazy part. People want to flip-flop and be fake as hell. Like, if these people, like, deadass, if any of these new Genshin characters came out and somehow they were real people, you wouldn't want to F with anybody from the damn community because at the end of the day, a lot of these people are fake as hell. They are fake friends. Absolutely fake. About to turn on you like a John Cena heel turn. It's not something that you want to deal with, right? Plus, another aspect of her, to kind of add on to that, she's a damn wrestling character, which appeals to me greatly. So of course I'm gonna go ahead and pull for her. I got 30 fates in the bank. I'm trying to get all that ass.
I ain't gonna lie, you could do whatever you want. Keep dancing, jumping, you still not getting no food. Yeah!
Also, do you not see how fast she runs at times? Like, I want to deal with all that. Basically the pink version of Sonic, and that speaks to me as well. I'm trying to be going all over the damn places, you know? Be on some rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow head ass. Like, that's just how it gotta be. I just feeling That's what appeals to me. And again, the fact that people just blindly hate this character is insane. But as I said before, this ain't the only person that, you know, people hate for whatever reason, which usually has to have some Western agenda reason for it. Look at Seat Lolly. Remember when Seat Lolly was coming out and people were on dick about that? They were just like, oh, Seat Lolly's too straight. Why is she making these weird faces for Ether? Hell, there was one point in time where people were trying to be like, no, that's a glitch, that's a bug. They didn't. Seat Lolly doesn't do that in actual canon. That's not what Seat Lolly is. She had a straight face in both versions. That's how it was. Y'all just mad because she's straight. That is literally all this is. And again, it very much shows you how people kind of are when it comes down to the Western side of the world. If it's not gay, if it doesn't hate religion in some shape or form, if it doesn't necessarily do all the things that the West want to see for whatever dumbass reason, it's a terrible character and it doesn't make any sort of sense. See, Lolly is a grandma ass character who looks young as shit and obviously lives longer than literally anybody that is around her. So of course, why wouldn't you want to go ahead and try to meat ride the hell on Ether? Because he's gonna live longer. He's gonna be around for a bit more than everybody else. Why wouldn't you? I don't want to sit here and just be by myself all the damn time, but you have really no options at the end of the day because everybody's going to pass you over because they're going to age just tremendously more than you at some point in time, and then you're going to have to just deal with that. Of course, you'll be closed off with everybody else. So when you do get someone that's like Ether to come through, yeah, let's go ahead and shimmy over that damn way. And even when it comes down to the Lamine's side of things, like hell, you can have, you know, Lamine just be a good ass friend. I don't see why it has to be going down that route. It's kind of for the best considering the past 5 to 6 years plus having nothing but just trash ass characters for a good amount of time. So it's kind of just nice to see, you know, a game acting the way it wants to in that sort of perspective than what we've been getting for a slot fest for the past couple of years, right? Because the same people that act like they hate everything when it comes down to these characters and how they act and all that type of stuff, or something of what Seat Lolly did within her whole ass like relationship with the Traveler, these are the same exact people that probably will eat the hell up out of Assassin's Creed Shadows or something like that, or Intergalactic whenever that dumbass game come out, because yeah, totally, that's gonna be a major success. I'm kidding, it's not going to. And I'm mainly more focusing when it comes down to this video in terms of like the toxic, weird hate that people have towards these characters, right? Because you can have a character that you legitimately hate. Now granted, I don't hate any character in this game because for the most part, everybody's pretty much alright, you know? Like, I have characters I don't really care for, but that's really about it. I just don't care. But hate, straight up hate, there's not really anybody that, you know, I would hate. You know, the closest person I would probably say that I hate or don't really care for is like Scaramouche, but that's really about it. There's not really anybody else. Everybody else is kind of just like a dislike or, you know, a don't care for in some whatever type situation. Like Bennett is somebody, Mika is universally hated for whatever reason, but he's like a whatever situation to me. You know, you got people on the lines of like, oh, I don't know, like, oh yeah, like the lawyer chick, I can't remember, Yanfei. Yeah, I don't really care for Yanfei that hard. Like, there's some characters I don't care for, but still I don't necessarily mind if they're there, you know. I don't have any character that's overall that I hate. Even Scaramouche, especially after the whole last summer quest that we had, I don't really hate him as hard, or like don't dislike him as hard as I previously would have, right? And that's just kind of how it is. Yet people in China, or at least the few really extreme weird ones, definitely have a hate boner for Scara, especially after one literally killed a cat because they looked like them, which is still a very weird and strange ass thing to do. And then it's no wonder why people on the outside look at Genshin's fanbase and be like, holy shit, this place is like hell. Genuinely, I'm not surprised. The hate that people also have when it comes down to the fan service type tip, just to kind of go back into that, I don't really see any character that's like really super fan servicey unless you're just having that brain too. Like, let's say you just open up your glider and you just happen to look under Barbara's whole ass skirt, then yes, that's a bit of you being on that type of time, in which she does got cheeks, I'm not necessarily gonna lie. Kind of give Phoebe a run for her money from Wuthering Waves, but that's literally how that goes. But essentially, the only characters I would say we have that is like that to a degree would be maybe like Yelan to a point, but we don't really see Yelan a lot, so I don't think she counts that hard. And then obviously Malika, because yeah, they cooked a little too damn hard with her design to keep it very much static, even though it doesn't really fit the nation's aesthetic still, but still nonetheless it's like, I mean, would you not though? Would you absolutely not? That's a fair piece of cake that you will want to go ahead and dive into, especially how perfect she acts all the damn time. So there is very much that. But I think what the main issue that comes down to a lot of people's problems when it comes to hating other characters and just how they interact with the rest of the cast and things sort of like that, and gets huge hate rates for, is definitely the whole shipping side of just the community. And this is why I hate shipping just in general for the most part, because at the end of the day, it's just two fictional characters. It's not anything super in-depth that you should care for. It's not really anything that's worth ruining people's lives over. Yet the shipping community, in just every regard, at times they do be really effing awful. Like, they just end up doing. And really, to be honest, the reason why people probably hate certain characters is because of how they're treated in terms of the community aspect and how hard they go into certain details and all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm not necessarily gonna lie, outside of the game, I hate Child. I don't really care for Child, if I'm gonna be absolutely honest, but I know it's just a community aspect because everybody wants to ship Child with Lamine, and I don't really care for that too much. I do not. The same way with people kind of feeling the same way with like ZZZ and, you know, Astra, Yao, and Evelyn. I don't really care for that, and honestly, I skipped through the whole, you know, story quest of Astra because of how much I kept seeing it on the fan base's side, and it was just really annoying for me personally. So I didn't care for it. I like Astra's like singing mechanic in the game. That's amazing. But outside of that, don't really care. That is just how it is for me. And one of the biggest ways I've seen also people just completely lose their minds over hate is definitely how people kind of perceive Traveler and mainly Ether just kind of getting like a whole ass harem or whatever, which it doesn't feel like that. If I'm gonna say anybody was getting a harem at all at one point in time, it was Kazuha. Like, let's just be honest, this man was rising up everybody during that one summer event. And then even when he went to Leeway, he's trying to riz up Hu Tao. This man is too damn saucy. He's just like, yeah, let me just blow on some leaves and somehow make music, and there goes your panties. That's literally how it is. If anybody's a damn Rizzler, it's gonna be freaking Kazuha. But to end everything off, I feel like if people would put down the shipping wars for like 5 seconds and touch grass, people would definitely enjoy the game a bit more. And there's nothing wrong with you hating a character or disliking a character, but at the same time, at least try to understand, you know, outside of appearance, why the character is like that, and then also at the same time just take time to explore the character a bit before trying to make that ultimate decision of just straight up hating the hell out that character. Because again, with Seat Lolly, people really hate the hell out of her, and then after the story quest and all that stuff, people really started to understand why she is the way she is, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. We like Seat Lolly now, Seat Lolly Nation, and all that stuff. So the same way with Varesa, right? You might not necessarily like her now, but at the end of the day, when she does come out and the story quest does come through next week, you might have a different opinion, and that's perfectly fine. Just literally let Hoyo cook. Dead ass, just let them do what they're gonna do. At the end of the day, it's their story. They're not gonna necessarily take your words into like an actual precaution of, oh, we shouldn't do this. No, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And besides, with how many crazy people that is on the western side that is very much the vocal minority, or whatever the hell essentially happens when it comes down to all the hatred and changes and weird things that they want to add into the game, yeah, once again, I completely understand why they just completely outright ignore sometimes the western side of the community, because yeah, I kind of would too. Also, funny enough, people say they hate Varesa, and yet I have not seen shits where it's Ian-san, and then Aoife is like a whole ass thirst fest, and I've been seeing people just go crazy over Aoife. So a little crazy how one side is hated, one side is not, and then the other side is absolutely thirsty as shit, and it's like, oh, but this is wrong on Varesa's side? Do we not see the hypocritical nonsense that we have here? Like, I feel like I'm the only one that sees this, but That's essentially all I really want to say for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on socials, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Kofi and Cash App is available as well. And until then, it's me, Boy J, signing off. Have a blessed day.